Nepal really showing that shift in their mentality, coming out extra aggressive. In the past, known to play a little more conservative, especially in those first 6 overs in the power play, but really trying to coach these guys up mentally to come out and take advantage of that, be more aggressive, look for more boundaries, and definitely be rewarded for taking those risks today.
Well, it's a low full toss, and this might be a wicket. He's gotten a wicket.
And of course, as soon as I say that, that happens. That's how we call that the broadcast jinx, Manali.
We call the commentator's curse in cricket.
Right.
And that's going to be 3rd wicket for Nepal. Unfortunate way to have gotten out on that delivery, and so often we do see low full tosses result in wickets. You're not expecting it. This one not timed well.
Definitely not. Good positioning by the Oman fielder. I mean, that was hit with pace, but just right where the fielder was.
When you're talking about all of the tactical changes for Nepal, they've worked well for them in the T20 series. Actually, it's been quite a change from the 50-over approach. And sometimes when it's not working, you do need to look at changing the batting lineup, just changing which batter is going to come in at what point. It's paying off for Nepal. It has in the first 2 games.
Yeah, you see solid contact. I mean, if you hit it anywhere else in the field, that's a boundary, but
Shoaib Khan taking a good catch in the boundary.
Manali, you played a lot of cricket at national team level. Does it hurt your hands more when it's chilly like this?
Oh.
It seems like it would.
The worst to field in cold weather. Literally the worst. It's the skipper Akibilias who comes in with the ball and picks up a wicket off his first delivery. Not the best of deliveries.
What's the coldest they play cricket in? At what point are they like, no, too cold?
I don't think we've really had a set temperature as to when it's too cold. You know what? I have seen some games being played in. Well, I've heard of some games being played out in Alberta where the weather is like 2 or 3 degrees and the sun's shining. You're like, hey, there's no snow on the ground. Let's go and play. But from a fielding perspective, that ball stings horribly on your fingers. Horribly. That's when you got to keep those warm, hot hand.
Those packets?
Those packets in your pockets.
Is it an advantage for a team who's used to the cold weather?
I don't think your fingers are meant to function.
But I mean, like for example, swing and a miss. For an example, we were at Raptors Media Day 2 days ago, interviewing Jacoby Walter, the Raptors first-round draft pick rookie, and I was like, are you ready for the Canadian winter? And he's like, I've only seen snow 3 times in my life. So that would be a no. So I wonder, like, you got a team from the Caribbean, Oman, yeah, and they're playing in Northern Ireland or Canada in the fall. Are they just like freezing their butts off?
Yeah, it's an adjustment. It's also an adjustment the other way around.
Oh.
Down the ground, and one bounce to the fielder.
I got Irish blood, red hair, fair skin. Grew up in New England. You made me play cricket in South Texas, in San Antonio, or in Florida. I wouldn't last 5 overs.
It is an adjustment. I mean, I can tell you, if our players from here have got to go play in Dubai or anywhere warm, it's an adjustment. Your lungs don't react the same way, and it's the same way when you come to the cold. I mean, if you're not used to it and you're not warmed up properly, we're going to get back to that thought, because 8 overs gone, Nepal are 58 for 3.
About is giving back to the community and making sure that the community is taken care of. We do a lot of that at our temples and in the Punjabi community, and that's how I see the store. It's an awful thing to do.
Well, back to the action, and an interesting conversation here with Matt about how we cope with cold weather and vice versa.
Yeah.
I mean, the coldest I've ever played was about 3 years ago, my last game, playoff game, and it was about 8 degrees Celsius. Your joints are stiff, Your fingers do not want to feel the ball whatsoever. You're actually hoping the ball doesn't come to you.
Yeah, I mean, you're standing out there for a period of time, and all of a sudden you get a sprint. It's a pull muscle waiting to happen. Another factor I'm curious about is altitude. In the NBA, we play in Denver, Colorado, which is a mile high, the mile high city they call it. In that first rotation, your lungs are just burning.
It's actually a question that I asked Rohit Podal, the skipper of Nepal, at one of the post matches. I'm like, do you think you have an advantage to the altitude because you're so much higher?
Yeah, I mean, the average altitude of Kathmandu is 1,370 meters.
He did agree that, yes, there's definitely an advantage there.
Is, but also, this isn't like an anaerobic sport, I would say. Maybe if you're up to bat a long time and you're running back and forth, compared to basketball at least. But still, I mean, it can cause lightheadedness.
Trust me, when you're batting out there and you're running singles and doubles as often as you can, it very much tests your lungs.
Yeah.
In fact, if you're not fit enough, you just start to notice that head starts to fall over a bit in your stance because you're still trying to catch your breath before the next ball. Never a good feeling.
No, and it affects your batting. It's like in basketball, if you're tired, it affects your shooting.
Zishan Maksud coming in from the pavilion end, and they've really slowed the run rate down here. Nepal are now going at 6 runs and over. Credit to some good spin bowling and a breakthrough from Akibilias.
The extra fielders don't hurt either.
Yeah, and you know what? Speaking of extra fielders, it's good to see the tactic change from Nepal. Try and use those 6 overs to the advantage. There are only 2 fielders allowed in the deep for the first 6 overs, and it's worked well for them.
That's where you can make some hay.
Into the leg side, and that ball took quite some time to get to the fielder in the deep. I believe that's Kasha Prajapati in the deep. In the end, they only get 1 run off that delivery. 9 overs gone. Nepal's 61 for 3.
TD is supporting cricket in more ways than ever. Because we believe Canada needs more cricket. TD, ready for you.
Akibilias is going to continue with a second over.
Yeah, we saw Nepal stall out yesterday in the middle overs. They got off to that quick start. They finished strong. Those middle overs, the doldrums of the cricket match, one would say. You got to maintain that intensity, that fire, that aggressiveness.
Solid spinners have played a very crucial role in most of these games. There is some turn out there for the spinners, and the ball doesn't quite come on as nicely as you expect in these pitches. It's a difficult time. Just makes it a little bit trickier for the batters, and there's quite a bit of spin to come still from Roman. Good looking shot this, going over the infield, and he'll get a couple of runs here.
You know what? I forgot the other great part about fall.
What's that?
When I was saying it's my favorite season. There's no bugs.
There's no bugs. I hate bugs.
It's like nice out, and then you don't have to worry about getting eaten alive.
I gotta be honest, I love those 32, 33 degree days where it's just nice and warm outside.
Not me. I'm good.
The Irish man peeking over, looking at me like I'm crazy.
Me and Lenny are on the same page with that.
I love the feeling when you go outside and it's like the earth is hugging you because it's so nice and warm.
I feel like I'm being suffocated by the earth.
Oh, come on, Matt. Not all that bad. You know what? We got to ask Oman what they think of the weather today.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
I wonder how they're feeling. I mean, they're in the sun, so it's not too bad. But
like, it's freezing. It's like, this is nothing. Although some clouds rolling through might take away the sun. Keep an eye on it.
It is expected to be sunny for all of today. No rain in the forecast. That's heaved into the leg side. Actually, the ground staff have done really well, haven't they? We got quite a bit of rain here last night. And to only have the 1 hour delay, they were ready to go in pretty quick fashion. Pitches look good as well, well covered.
Got the sawdust out. Ooh.
Sharp single.
Nepal just chipping away. 1s and 2s.
And they do have time as well. We're still one delivery shy of the halfway point. They're sitting about 66. If they can try and get to about 140, they've definitely got a contest on their hands.
Yeah, for sure. Especially given the historical data performance this series, that seems to be about the mark.
Cutaway, and it should just be the single. 10 overs gone. Halfway point to the game. Nepal 67 for 3.
TD is supporting cricket in more ways than ever. Because we believe Canada needs more cricket. Outside! TD, ready for you.
The all-new Nissan Kicks. Ready for whatever you're into. Get your kicks. The all-new Nissan Kicks. Ready for whatever you're into. Get your kicks.
TD is supporting cricket in more ways than ever. Because we believe Canada needs more cricket. Outside! TD, ready for you.
As a business owner, you have a responsibility to give back to your community.
We hire local and we serve local.
Breakfast program, school program for kids.
Seniors bus program, providing transportation to and from the store.
The all-new Nissan Kicks. Ready for whatever you're into. Get your kicks.
Say about it's giving back to the community and making sure that the community is taken care of. We do a lot of that at our temples and in the Punjabi community, and that's how I see the store. So no first thing to do.
The new A&W Ruffles Crunch Teen Burger.
Let's go.
Juicy grass-fed beef topped with Ruffles cheddar and sour cream chips.
Let's go!
Try the new A&W Ruffles Crunch Teen Burger. Let's go.
Welcome back to the action as we take a quick look at Nepal with the bat so far. Decent start. Could have been better from Nepal today. Both Anil Shah and Asif Sheikh unable to kick on today like they have in the past. And then that big wicket of Dave Kanal. All in all, they're sitting at a decent point at the halfway mark here with 67 runs on the board.
Yeah, it would have been too disappointing to start, but if you look at the bowling card here, it's been great. And Akib Ilyas, he just keeps coming in and taking wickets, doesn't even like 2 overs, 1 for 9. We saw Zishan Maksud first over, just 3 runs. He's into his second over now. And Nepal won't be too disappointed, but Oman, keep an eye on this. They haven't let them get away Nepal tried to get away from them. You saw the change in mindset in this no-frills T20 Cup at the top of the order. They've tried to get away, but Oman, they've kept them in check so far, Manali.
Yeah, just pegging away at wickets, regular intervals, not allowed for batters to settle down. And then the spin causing a little bit of havoc out there for Nepal. They've just really slowed down the run rate here.
And something Lenny and I talked about earlier, it's surprising that that's been the struggling point for them. Some of the best cricketers have struggled here at King City, Manali, so it's not odd to see players struggle, especially against the spin on these wickets. But Nepal has been so proficient against spin. It's what's helped them rise to the top. To see them struggling against quality spin nonetheless, but it is a bit of a surprise.
Well, that's why you go to King City, to get yourself tested.
Yeah, certainly.
Not easy conditions to bat here whatsoever. Whether it's the local league or whether it's international cricket, there's definitely something in there for the bowlers on these pitches. As that's worked into the leg side. And this is better running than we've seen. They were a bit slow in between the wickets the last couple of overs, and this is more like it from Nepal, testing the fielders and picking up 2 sharp runs.
Yeah, hands on hips from Zishan Maksud and Akabilias. They weren't too happy with that effort down there. Looks like Kashyap Prajapati and Rafiola, they were converging. The good running from Kushal Mala and Roy Bado. It was 2 from the start, and they were able, Kushal Mala had to get the dive out, just dusting himself off there. Exactly what Nepal need at this stage. Rotate the strike, turn the 1s into 2s.
It's been tough to find boundaries, hasn't it? The last 3 or 4 overs, just really drying out the boundaries. The pace isn't on the ball. The spinners are getting some turn out there.
Yeah, they've targeted that short side, the leg side here to the right-hander early on in the innings.
Again, looking to pull that, but just not getting a lot of reward for it. They'll pick up a single. It's going to be the end of the 11th over. Nepal 71 for 3.
The all-new Nissan Kicks. Ready for whatever you're into. Get your kicks.
Looking like a glorious summer's day here at King City, but don't be fooled. It's definitely a cool autumn day. The sun's shining, and it looks beautiful, but quite nippy.
I don't know what's going on here, Manali. We've got you saying autumn as Canada on top of the points table right now with their 2 wins out of 3. Nepal 1, 2, and Nepal, they win here. They go to favorites to win this whole thing. But Manali, we've got you saying autumn and we've got Lenny saying fall. What's going on here?
We've spent too much time together, that's the issue. Almost 3 weeks with Lenny here. I can tell you've been tested every way possible.
The other question I've got to ask you is, we've all got nicknames here. You know, Lenny and I, people that would like to shorten our names. We've got the Red Rocket, the Lambu Dai, the Red Mama behind us.
It's got a few.
We've yet to find a nickname for you.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous. Have you got one in mind? Well, this is a good-looking stroke down the ground. 6 runs picked up by Kushal Mala. First sign of aggression and a boundary after a long time with dots and singles. Much needed for Nepal.
Favorite shot for Kushal Mala. This time getting over the top of Rafiola there. We see him warming up now. Looking to come into the attack, but Akabilias just floats one up, and Kushal Mala, he's not going to miss out.
Cut away this time and finds the gap. He'll pick up a single. Good cricket this.
You get batting as well. Just again, get in the boundary, whether it's a 4 or 6 early on in the over. Puts the bowler on the back foot. Akabilias, he's got to work this over back now. He's making sure that he doesn't let this over get away from him.
They're doing well working the gaps here. Nepal definitely wouldn't have taken a single, and that's a good call.
Yeah, Pratika Tavali moved well there, but not well enough to save the single. The man was out. Just having a look, it looks like Khalid Kelly was out on the boundary to the right-hander. He's in the ring now to the left-hander. It's not easy with a right-hand, left-hand combination. Akabilia is going around the wicket to the left-hander.
And the runs coming quite regularly here in singles. This is turning out to be a decent over for Nepal.
And that 6 really changes things. It changes the over, doesn't it, Manali? If it was just the 4 or 5 singles, it would have been a brilliant over. Instead, once you get that boundary in, the 6, it definitely changes things. Just talking about Akabilias, what a skillful cricketer he is. He's bowling leg spin to Rohit Patel. You don't get a single, but you'll notice Kushal Mala is predominantly bowling off spin, so great variety from Akabilias.
Great variety, and a decent over for Nepal comes to an end. 12 overs gone. Nepal 83 for 3.
Say about it's giving back to the community and making sure that the community is taken care of. We do a lot of that at our temples and in the Punjabi community, and that's how I see the store. It's the no frills thing to do.
Well, crucial part of the game now. 8 over contest to go. And you feel that they might want to try and pull it close to that 16th over mark before they try and get aggressive. A lot of batting to come still for Nepal. And Zishan Maksud comes into the attack, coming in for his 3rd over. Still got Deepinder Singh Airy, likes of Gulshan Jha, who's been quite phenomenal, hasn't he, Gulshan Jha? It's going to be a wide.
Yeah, he didn't play that first game against Canada, if you remember. Then he came in for that second game against Oman and said, basically telling Monty Desai, don't leave me out of the team.
Well, the reverse comes out. Not timed, but they'll pick up a single.
Just one of the challenges with this Nepali batting order, Manali, is you see the likes of Kushal Patel started his career opening the batting, has been pushed down the order now to do a different role. We'll likely see him coming in next. But then you also have the likes of Deepinder Singh Airy, who's there down at 8.
This is pulled away. And Khalid Kale runs around, but it's actually going to be Shoaib. It's actually going to be Shoaib Khan who does the cleanup.
Yeah, Kushal Mala just moving around his crease there. Looking to throw Zishan Maksud off.
Singles coming quite easily for Nepal here. They're slowly ticking away at the runs, and I think Oman are going to have to be a little careful here because they're still going about 6-7 runs and over in singles, and then the odd boundary here and there, sitting at 88 runs with plenty of overs to come.
Yeah, this looks like they got 176 the other day, didn't they, Manali, when these two teams faced off? They look well set here for another big total, but what's been impressive is their ability to get runs off every ball. They're looking to rotate the strike, and it allows them to turn a good over into a big over when they do get that ball that they can put away. Kushal Mala, he's hitting to the bigger side, his leg side, his favorite side, as you see him having a look there. It's a longer boundary, about 65, 67 meters out there. It's a decent hit.
And gently pushed, and it should be 2 runs here. 2 runs to end the over. Nepal 91 for 3 after 13 overs.
TD is supporting cricket in more ways than ever. Because We believe Canada needs more cricket. Outside! TD, ready for you.
As Nepal sit at 91 for 3. Think we're going to see a change in the batting order, RC?
Not sure about the batting order, but we're having a change in the bowling. Right now, Rafaela is going to come into the attack. Manali, he hasn't had the best series with the ball, has he? The No-Frills T20 Cup. He wasn't in the ODI squad. He's come in for this T20 Cup. Had a great cameo with the bat, but with the ball, although he's been quick, something that Oman have needed. But he just hasn't been consistent with his lines, as he's a number of wides. He's really had a couple of big overs. Yeah, I would love to see, and again, it's hard. There's so much batting still left for Nepal. You've got Gulshan Jha, Kushal Patel, and Deepinder Singh Airi. Sompal Kami there as well. Sandeep Lamichhane is out there, and he considers himself a batsman if you ask him. We talked about Deepinder Singh Airi, number 2 in ratings. Sandeep Lamichhane wants to be there as well. You see a false start from Rafaela.
Listen, Sandeep Lamichhane was one run away from pulling up his first ever half century in the ODIs. He batted phenomenally well that day, but honestly, good aggressive bat when he comes out to the middle.
I'll tell you this, Manali, I am never gonna go against the Nepali batting. Karan Casey and Sandeep Lamichhane, the amount of runs that they've scored against Canada over the years.
Easy pickings a little bit for Nepal. They stick to just a single, but plenty of gaps on offer for the singles and doubles.
There was a story I saw on Instagram the other day where it was a picture just reminding us of Karan Casey consoling Cecil Pervez after that final over where they beat us all the way back. I believe it was 2016 in a World Cup qualifier. So yeah, never gonna say anything against the batting of Sandeep Lamichhane. Or Karan Casey, for that matter.
Into the offside. Towed that a little bit. But again, runs coming on the regular.
I don't mind this change from Akib Ilyas, especially to Kushal Mala, with a short leg side boundary for him. He loves batting against spin, Kushal Mala. He loves hitting him over the leg side. The Slav sweep, a favorite shot of his. So with Rafaela freaking out, the X Factor. Again, the X Factor hasn't worked with the ball yet, but he has a little bit something to him. He's a strong man.
Well, he's used his feet this time, going down the track. And I don't know how close a direct hit might have been. They do get across for a single, and it's the big man, Kalimullah. Long levers into that.
Yeah, just the one thing with Kalimullah, I suspect he didn't read it off the bat. I think he thought it was hit harder than it actually was. He kind of just stayed still and waited for the ball to come to him when Rohit Patil didn't really hit it at all. I think he could have taken a few steps up and thrown on the run. It would have been a chance. Direct hit, you never know.
It was a bit wet on that side of the ground as well, wasn't it, this morning? Quite wet. There's a lot of sawdust put down, a lot of sand, just to get us to be able to get this game in. Well, that's a big wide. Losing his line by some distance here, Rafaela.
And there's just no rhythm to his bowling at all. It's been interesting to see. He does have a few yards of pace there. Definitely the quickest on show here for Oman. But just look at his delivery stride. He just doesn't look comfortable at the crease. Let's have a look here. He's bending his back, but just doesn't look comfortable at that delivery stride whatsoever. And the other thing, a slightly slingy action from Rafaela. So if he doesn't get it right, he's going to go down the offside to the left-hander, down the leg side for the right-hander.
That's a well-bowled delivery. A Yorker outside the off stump. Picks up a dot ball here, Raffiola. 4 runs coming off this over. He'll want to finish strong. Oftentimes we've seen that last delivery go for a boundary, and on this occasion it's an extra delivery because of that wide.
You can just tell the plan from Raffiola here to Gulshan, to Kushal Mala, sorry. Just wants to stay away from his hitting arc. And as we have a look now, Fayaz Butt, he's being brought in from third man. I don't know about this if he's going to consist with the wide Yorkers. Just looking to see where the man went out. It looks like Kalimullah was pushed back at long off, and Fayaz Butt brought in. Manali, if he's going to bowl a wide Yorker here, there's every chance this goes right past Fayaz Butt for 4 runs.
Oh, he's gone for it. And there's a bit of a change in pace as well. It's gone through the keeper. And this might just run away. We'll have to wait and get some confirmation. I think he's pulled it in before the rope. Given buys. And it didn't go away to the boundary.
It wasn't.
It has been given a 4. In fact, that's been given as a 4. 4 buys off the last delivery of that over. 14 overs gone. Nepal 99 for 3.
The new A&W Ruffles Crunch Teen Burger.
Let's go.
Juicy grass-fed beef topped with Ruffles cheddar and sour cream chips.
Let's go!
Try the new A&W Ruffles Crunch Teen Burger. Let's go.
We had said he wanted to finish strong, Raffiola, and in the end, it was 4 buys. Doesn't go against him as a bowler, but it's 4 runs nonetheless added to the Nepal total. They're now 1 run away from bringing up that 100.
And we're going to see Zishan Maksud out of the attack. It's going to be Shakil Ahmed. Some more left arm spin. Tarahid Padel. It's been somebody, Rohit, the captain of Nepal. He's looked in decent form all tour, hasn't he?
Oh, this might be a wicket here. It's gone high up in the air, and he's put it down. Oh my dear goodness, this has gone down, and it should have been a regulation catch. It is no one else but the skipper, Akibilias.
Yeah, no one else to blame, does he? We talked about the captain of Nepal being in decent form, but Akibilias, he's given him a gift here. An early birthday present for Rohit Padel. He's an opportunity to kick on from here, but Akibilias, you can't look around, mate. Nobody else to blame.
Well, this one goes straight down the ground and straight into the hands of the fielder. Not a very costly drop in the end. It's Ayan Khan who's run around and taken a good sharp catch in the deep. It's Kushal Mala who's out. And Shakil Ahmed does end up picking up a wicket.
He picks up a big wicket there. Kushal Mala, who eats left arm spin for breakfast, lunch, and dinner when it's his day. Today wasn't it, though. He straight to Ayan Khan, who takes a good catch. Akibilias, not sure what he was doing, but Ayan Khan, he was well up for it. Takes a decent catch running here on the boundary. Kushal Mala will be disappointed with that, Manali.
He's gone for 19 of 26 deliveries. Not quite the strike rate that you would expect from him, but it's going to be Gulshan Jha who walks out to the middle. Nepal, 100 comes up, and 4 wickets down.
Yeah, 100 thanks to the drop catch, but there's a good contingent of Nepali fans coming in, Manali, and one of the fan favorites, he's just walked out to the middle there in Gulshan Jha. You saw the ovation that he got. They weren't too happy with that Kushal Mala got out, but they were in uproar as Gulshan Jha walked out to the middle.
Well, even on a cold weekday such as this, we've got Nepal fans in the stands here to support their side. Diehard fans, very passionate about their cricket. Come out and they support their cricketers in good fashion. It's always lovely to see how the Nepal team go around and just, say thank you, round of applause to their fans. It's nice to see them appreciate the effort that the fans are putting in to come out to King City and to support them.
I'll tell you, Manali, you're talking about the players appreciative. We've got two Dais right behind us in Lambu and Taklu Dai who are appreciative of the Nepali fans as well. They were going around there yesterday. I think they were asking for Lambu Dai. Taklu Dai has been out there quite a number of times.
That's well bowled. Pass the bat through to the keeper.
You'd have to say Shakil Ahmed. He's been a star for Oman on this tour. A couple of times he's picked up the wicket off the first ball. Canada, Aaron Johnson shied away from taking striking in the game against Oman because he didn't want to face up to Shakil Ahmed.
Oh, it's a slot swept, and it's got the distance. It's going to go for 6 runs. Good-looking shot this from the skipper, Roy Poto.
Targeting the shorter side, we talked about it for the right-hander. It's only about 60 meters out there. Playing on the far right wicket number 4. And Roy Padel got all of it. Didn't get much air, but flat 6. Down to the Nepali fans as you see the flags waving in the stands.
Oh, he's getting in for the reverse. He's out. Ball's missed. Half a shout. So much happening in that one delivery. It's going to be the end of the 15 overs. Nepal 107 for 4.
TD is supporting cricket in more ways than ever. Because we believe Canada needs more cricket. How's that? TD, ready for you.
What do you think, Lenny? Dynamic duo potential right here?
Yeah, 5 overs remaining.
Batman and Robin?
You sense again, mate. It's game on here, don't you?
I do.
It's hanging in the balance. Gulshan Jazz been outstanding all tour. Rowan Powell, the skipper, finding a bit of form. 25 off 26, that maximum he definitely needed. And if they're going to attack someone, I think it should be Rafiola. I know he can bowl quickly, but often it is the pace on the ball that will end up going the distance. Gulshan Jazz, he'll be positive. What can him and Powell do in this last quarter of the first innings? He's going to start with a wide outside off stump. Great to have you back with us, Matt Bonner, in commentary. Andrew Leonard here alongside you. As Arsalan said, the Lambu Dai and the Taklu Dai. Plenty of the fans, I was just up there asking for you up there. They're saying, where is Lambu Dai? But a quick story about these 4. Upendra on the left and his wife Sujata, and Princey and Chiran. Now, you would think with Nepal shirts on, they're obviously Nepal fans, Nepalese origin, you'd think they're probably living in Canada. No. They're living in Louisville in Kentucky, which is a 17-hour drive away. They left at 6 a.m. yesterday, and they arrived into a soaking wet Toronto at 9 p.m. last night, desperately worried about whether or not they would get play today. Have you ever seen such dedication from a group of fans?
I don't think I have. That is dedication. You know, we get signs in the NBA sometimes, like, I traveled all the way from China, you know, it's my birthday, can I get in a picture with Tim Duncan? Never me, unfortunately. But you know what? I might have to make a pit stop over there on my way to the Momo truck and say hello and thank them for their dedication to the sport and the team.
I think that could make their day, Matt. I'm not going to lie. But incredible shout out for those 4. That's Upendra.
You ever been to Louisville?
No, but obviously I know it's the home of the Kentucky Derby. Is that right?
It is, as well as the University of Louisville, where my sister was an assistant basketball coach, I think for 5 years. They have a very good women's basketball team and men's basketball team. They take their college sports serious there, that's for sure, and their horse racing.
I'm not going to lie, I've had to go to the map to work out exactly where it is, as this is pulled. Oh, yes. An outstanding stroke. Who else would it be but the skipper? He's got that right out of the screws. I said pace on the ball could travel. It's the larger side of the ground, and it's still 6.
Nice job pulling left. Listen, I told you this has dynamic dual potential. I'm sensing an energy. I mean, the crowd's all pumped up. And we've seen this Nepal team get hot coming down the stretch of their batting order, trying to get something going. Manali talked about trying to hit that 140 mark, see if they can do it.
Well, I think from this position, 140 would be really disappointing, Matt. They're thinking about 160.
That's what I'm talking about.
And 160, I think that could be really tough to chase for Oman. Great credit to the ground staff, though. This pitch is playing pretty well, and there's a bit of pace in it, too. Looks for the ramp, the scoop. You got to question those 2 shots, don't you, from Pedro. So in the last over, he slog swept to the short side, got 6. Then he's tried to innovate and reverse it. Last ball, he hooked it away for 6, and now he's tried to scoop for 4 or 6. Sometimes maybe just better keeping it a bit easier.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's just trying to keep the fielders off balance. But I'm a big fan of, if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it, for sure. You got something that's working, keep going to it. Until the other team make the other player, the other team make an adjustment. And then you can adjust.
Oh, that's a lovely length. It's just a little shorter, not short enough probably to pull, and he's looked to guide it away down to deep third, got nothing on it. Yeah, Nepal, they've shown so much, haven't they, throughout this series, and they're probably going to be wondering how they've lost 2 games.
Yeah, they've been in a position to win every match. We talked about, like, going through a lull, a lapse, usually in the middle overs, it seems like, with this Nepal team, but overall it's been really fun becoming a fan of this team due to their fans embracing me with the Lambu Dai nickname.
It's the last time we're going to have you with us, and to be honest, Nepal aren't playing tomorrow, so what does it matter? For you. I'm only joking, but it has been amazing. The outpouring of love, an immediate outpouring of love towards you. It really shows just how proud they are of their culture. And I saw you this morning. You were doing a lot of research about the country and working out if you can come and visit someday.
Absolutely. I love the mountains. Where I'm from in New Hampshire, we have the White Mountains. A fraction of the size of the Himalayas. But you were showing me some of the sights and describing what it's like visiting Kathmandu. Sounds awesome.
Is struggling here. He's just not getting the landing point he wants, and your umpire may have to step in at some point here and say you need to get on with it. Remember, there is the possibility of an over-rate penalty. I'll explain this one to you, Matt. So basically, that would mean that if by the end of the 18th or the end of the 19th over, Oman have not bowled their overs in time, they will be forced to bring an extra fielder into the circle, opening up a gap in the deep, making it easier to score boundaries. As this one's pulled away towards Dufferin Street. CS is Matt Potter, because that's all the way for 6-4.
Another 6. Heating up, dynamic duo. Nepal pushing for that 160 mark. To keep this up, they're going to get it. You hear the horns, the crowd.
You were talking to me the other day about meeting this young man, Rob. How I introduced you. You were very taken by just taking poses for someone still in his early 20s, captain of a cricket crazed nation.
Absolutely. He has a calm confidence out there. High pressure moments, and he just seizes the moment. Seems to like those ones kind of coming right at him where he can turn, pull it left. So if the bowler has too many false starts and it's taking too long, there's that penalty where they will pull someone in.
It's the overall time of the inning, so it's not long as they're quick enough. But they have to be able to pull it back. I think also they should get their paddle very quick. Good dive as well. But yeah, I think it's an hour 15 or possibly an hour 20 minutes. They have to commence the 20th and final over by. And as long as they do that, they're okay. If they don't, then the umpires can adjudicate on that penalty. End of the 16th. It's nearly the perfect score, but not quite. I'll tell you why, Matt. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.
You did the plan.
The new A&W Ruffles Crunch Team Burger.
Let's go.
Juicy grass-fed beef topped with Ruffles cheddar and sour cream chips. Try the new A&W Ruffles Crunch Team Burger. Let's go.
The bowling figures there. 6 bowlers used altogether. Rafiula's being expensive, isn't he, with the pace on the ball. And with Cali Muller having 2 left and Ahmed Fayez also having 2 left, you would suspect that maybe it'll be those 2 that will close things out.
I would suspect so, Lenny.
So 123 for 4 overs left to work with for Jan Powell. Jan swings and misses. We saw 140 be almost exactly par yesterday, didn't we? That was kind of, you could tell it went all the way to the just 3 balls left in the innings. If Nepal were to get 160, you'd really fancy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you do talk about how much the conditions on the field and the air yesterday being very humid, heavy air, very wet field, cloudy, so they didn't really have a chance to dry out. It makes things a little more difficult. Today, much more ideal conditions, despite the cooler weather, at least in my opinion.
It's definitely chillier, but when the sun was out, it was almost a little bit pleasant over with those Nepal fans. A bit different now, it's clouded over again.
Yep, my last rotation, I mentioned those clouds coming in.
Now, this could be a chance at mid-on, and for the first time in this entire tour of Canada, Gulshan Jah has fallen for a single-figure score. He's been simply exceptional, the young man, with his all-round skills throughout, but he's been bounced out by an aggressive delivery from Fayez, but Rafiula takes the catch, and it's a big